The 113th regular session is now called to order. That's all set for the opening prayer, and then followed by our national anthem. Our Secretary President, and lead the prayer.
Let's put ourselves in the presence of God, and the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, we offer this gathering to you and ask you to bless it with your wisdom and grace. We thank you for the opportunity to be together to learn our love and service to you and love each other. We ask you to enlighten our minds to know what is true and just, and strengthen our wills to carry out faithfully what we come to see as our duties. May all our thoughts, words, and actions be directed to making known and enjoy love, better known among men, with sanctification and the happiness here and eternity. Amen. May the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
And lead the Sangguniang Panlungsod members.
The Councilor speaks. I am a Philippine Councilor, mandated by law to enact measures and ordinances
That
redound to the general welfare of my constituents
the general welfare of my constituents,
and their pursuit for happiness, peace, and prosperity.
and their pursuit for happiness, peace, and prosperity.
I believe in public service above self
I believe in public service above self
as the guiding principle of my official act.
as the guiding principle of my official acts.
As I tread the pathways of global legislation,
And as I tread the pathways of local legislation,
may the Almighty guide my mind and heart,
may the Almighty guide my mind and heart,
that I shall be true to my constituents and the Filipino people.
that I shall be true to my constituents and the Filipino people.
And now, take your seats. Mr. Secretary, can you call the roll, please?
Honorable Emman Tiu Sonco,
Present.
Honorable Maria Rosin Daza,
Present.
Honorable Dr. Katrina Sadac,
Present.
Honorable Lyra Limbauan,
Present.
Honorable Atty. Kathlyn Cainday,
Present.
Honorable Engineer Melcho Arago, Honorable GLAIZA, Honorable Anacta,
Present.
Honorable Atty. Byron suyot, Honorable Kurt, Honorable Escoto,
Present.
Honorable Lyra,
Present.
Honorable Anacta.
Present.
Mr. Presiding Officer, 13 esteemed members are present. This is a quorum. Proceed with your session.
Yes, it has to be our Secretary that we have 100% attendance. The Chair hereby declares that we have a quorum. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Approval of the order of business.
The income authority.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I would like to propose several amendments to our order of business. First one is I move for the inclusion under our proposed ordinances, an appropriation ordinance utilizing the salary savings from the Office of Honorable Limbauan amounting to 27,000 pesos for grants and donations.
Any objections? None. So motion to approve. Continue.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the inclusion also of the appropriation ordinance reverting the salary savings from the Office of the City Vice Mayor amounting to 411,558, appropriating it for legislative services.
Okay. Any objections? None. Motion to approve. Any more amendments? Anacta.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I would like to move
for the inclusion under the proposed ordinance, an ordinance revising the list of medicines covered under Section 7 of City Ordinance Number 153, otherwise known as the Free Medicines Assistance Program Ordinance of Borongan City.
Second, any objections? None, motion's approved. Go ahead, Cainday.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the inclusion under our proposed resolution, a resolution authorizing the city mayor to enter into a contract and execution of necessary documents with the Community Environmental and Natural Resources for the special land use permit of the sanitary landfill in Borongan City.
Objection? None, motion's approved.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I also move for the inclusion under proposed resolution, a resolution adopting the integrated coastal management plan of the City of Borongan as part of the legitimization process of the said plan.
Second, any objection? None, motion's approved. Continue.
And finally, Honorable Presiding Officer, I would like to move for the inclusion under our proposed resolution, a resolution adopting the joint CPOC or Sadac resolution realigning the amount of 1,330,000 from the unutilized peace and order budget in the 2021 Peace and Order Public Safety Plans for the local social integration plan, BJMP perimeter fence, and maintenance or rehabilitation of fire trucks of the Borongan Bureau of Fire Protection.
Second. Any objection? None, motion's approved. Any more amendments? So,
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the approval of our order of business as amended.
objections? None, so the order of business for today is hereby approved as amended. Next item, Mr.
Reading and consideration of the minutes of the regular session held last November 24, 2021.
Okay, so the minutes was emailed to you by our secretary. So any corrections, comments, suggestions, all right? So, Madam Clerk,
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the approval of the minutes of our regular session held last November 24, 2021.
Second? Any objection? So the minutes from November 14, 2021 is hereby approved. Next item.
We now move on to item number 12, other matters. We have a letter request of Honorable Mayor for the City Administrator to call Mr. Vicente Agda Jr. in connection with the lot in Barangay Boton owned by the letter where a police monument is to be erected.
Madam Clerk.
Honorable Presiding Officer, in order for us to allow our resource speaker, Mr. Vicente Agda Jr., to speak before the session, I move that we suspend temporarily our internal rules of procedure.
Second, any objections? None, so our internal rules is hereby temporarily suspended. That's it. So we have here our viewers.
Honorable Presiding Officer, we'd like to hear from our resource speaker regarding the issue on the land in Barangay Limbauan and regarding the peace monument that we are proposing to be established in your area.
So, sir, away naman kumwala. Mayor Plana.
Thank you very much, Honorable Cainday. Honorable Presiding Officer, Vice Mayor Melcho Sonco, and the honorable members of the City Council, I asked my elder sister, actually, Maggie San Juan, to be with me this morning. Actually, the incident, actually, I recall, it took place almost 2 years ago, December 13, 2019. There was I think, an ambush, which open gunfire that took place in Borongan, and it was a Friday the 13th. And from then on, I think there had been I heard some plans to build or to erect some sort of structure or monument to pay a peace monument to pay to the defendant and for posterity and well, as a reminder of the gruesome incident that happened there. I think we are supporting that. They're supporting the move. And earlier, actually, this morning, I spoke to Honorable City Councilor Renato Pagakay, and was kind of asking if there has already been a formal resolution to this effect, and we want to see, for example, how it goes there, and even the perspective of the plan, how it would look like, for instance, in Sadac. Thank you.
Sir, in short, you are amenable if that we can erect a monument on your land area as long as you are informed as to how it would look like and maybe the area that will be covered by the monument to be established in the area.
Exactly.
Thank you. Just to clarify also, there was no resolution passed regarding this plan to put up a monument on your land, but you already had a budget for this, I think, last year. But we haven't seen the plan yet also.
Yeah, so, and also, I think one time I spoke to the city engineer and I said that I think it is but fitting and proper to submit it to the city council and then for their approval, consent. And as much as I understand, I believe that people's money will be spent here this time.
Thank you, Mr. Sangguniang Panlungsod. I would like to clarify first from the donor, very much willing to the implication of the donation because that will transform the property into a public ownership that will now be owned by the city government of Borongan. Are you aware of it?
Yeah, actually explored the possibility of that. That's why I suggested that it should be brought out to the city council because of the documents, the transfer of that parcel of land by Mr. We're looking into something like an area of maybe 15 or 20 square meters with a length of maybe 5 meters and a width of 4 or 3 meters. So that, because it's on the right side, it's quite hilly there and we need not excavate that portion of that land. So that it will just be sort of perpendicular to the highway. I don't know if that will be be approved also by the city engineer, and it would, look good. I mean, as far as aesthetics of the monument is concerned.
Thank you for that information. And I would like to commend your family, for Agda, family, for the making this piece of property to the city government of Borongan. Because we don't want people don't want to be reminded of the dark past that happened in that area. What we wanted to project to the people of Borongan and the people of Eastern Samar that we are a peace-loving community. And thank you for being a stakeholder and indispensable partner of that endeavor by the city government.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Also, I'd like also to point out that it has actually nothing to do with the city mayor. Okay? I mean, I want to make it clear. Okay? It's nothing to do with him. Okay? We are just stewards, caretakers here, and I mean, we don't actually own the land, any piece of land here on this earth. Okay? Just have to share it for a good cause. Let's say it. And when I talked to my sister, she's also amenable to that. And I think as a sort of, not only for our family, but as you said, okay, the entire city of Borongan, okay, that we embrace, we subscribe to the tenets of being peace-loving people, citizens of this country.
Are you done?
So maybe Honorable Presiding Officer, hearing all the comments from our resource speaker, I think that it is but proper for us to call the attention of our city engineering, city architect also, and even I think our zoning department, because I'm also thinking of legal easements if it's just beside the highway. So maybe we could call them next session and for us to be informed, and also for Mr. Agda and his family to be informed of how it will look like. So I would like to request our secretary to call upon our city engineering, city architect, and zoning,
yes,
our planning department, to enlighten us more regarding this plan when they're ready.
I thank you, Dr. Agda, and Madeline for the whole regulation. What I want to speak of is, if you are aware of, you have some limitations of regulation. For example, the design of the structure and the exact place where it will be constructed. I think we have to verify that.
Yeah.
Because you already know. So it's very important that the plan and the exact location to be presented to you before the construction. So perhaps by next session, we are going to invite the Dr. Agda and Madeline, the engineering department, to come up with the plans and the exact location so that it will be shown approved by Dr. Agda and Madeline.
Thank you very much, Madam. So the perspective we want also to see. Thank you very much.
Any more questions? Okay na. So siguro sir, and in behalf of siguro direct lahit Sangguniang, kundi focus na CPA at LGU, kami ay nagpapasalamat sa iyo pamilya kung nahatag kami na-donate kami ng tuna. Kaya mo pa ini reminder na kita na reminder para haaton ng mga labinahat ng mga bumanan na kinanamo kung may mga mga plan. So at least I'm not mistaken, parang peace monument ang yung mayor eh. Diri ang nahinabok na mga para positive punta natin na natupag tulaw nila. So kung kita yung peace loving community, so ganyan pinanabok, pero kung diri naman mo pa yun, so ganyan na kapista mo pa yung reminder. So sir and ma'am, thank you very much po you kabutan.
Welcome. Salamat.
So, since wala na naman questions, your mind is na kami. Tapos next week, papakita na naman na design. Siguro kung mahuman na natin architect at ating engineering para at least matanang kita aware.
I even suggest that
regarding it, Atty.
this should be shown the plans.
Yes,
Para mag-prepare mo.
Kay Atty.
Maybe the engineering should
update ka para kapag talaga
should be plans to kung naman yung documents ay correct.
kung may kanira.
Again, exact location.
Siguro, thank you, Madam. So, I mean, we trust naman the city engineering and the architect. I mean, I think that will be secondary for us. I mean, we need to comment on how it would look like. But what is more important here is that being gracious enough that the city council has considered this and maybe also accepted. And we're part of this sort of building a cathedral for the future generation.
Okay, so since we're na, so thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Next.
Okay, so next item is
Call Attorney Lyra regarding OBW.
so we have here our public safety, Romeo Deborah, the Honorable Suyot.
Thank you very much, Mr. Presiding Officer. I ask for the presence of our Chair of the Public Safety Council of the City of Borongan regarding our COVID situation in the city. But first, I would like to comment that we already reached the herd immunity as per the latest update. Parang naka-78 kita na, 78. I'm just concerned about some pictures, bye-bye. Iba na mo din dahil ng mamalit siya. Iba nila, wala yung pangalan bakuna, tapos di pa ng mamas. So I was alarmed yesterday, early in the morning, I put some buko. Inakyahan nila, kung may daan yung mahuna. Parang kung may bakuna, sino naman, pag naghabi ito, pag-isip buhay, yan, papakuna ka, pag-proterahin mo, kahit kinakilipisi ng mga. Tapos, pag-istorya, waray, mas. Yan, may nata-Omicron, we don't want to be on lockdown waray kang mana. Makamugpo na kita. So, ano daw ay tabihin ko na yun, so ito nga mga may karis na yun, kasi karis din to get vaccinated.
First off, I would like to greet everyone a pleasant morning. Thank you for inviting me over to give at least an update and answer some questions and concerns regarding our COVID situation. With regard to the general efforts of the city government to ramp up our vaccination efforts, actually during the CPOC meeting, we were able to discuss the initiative on how we can further encourage our citizens to be vaccinated. So, during our meeting, we were able to discuss and agree on that this month we will be conducting a series of gimmicks in order to encourage our citizens. Number one, we will conduct a raffle draw for all the vaccinated Boronganons. In fact, one of the major prizes is a motorcycle. Yes, all of the vaccinated individuals are automatically qualified to this raffle. Second is, the city government of Borongan will be distributing an assistance in the form of a rice and canned goods to all vaccinated individuals. Our goal is to give an incentive to those citizens who have already complied with the mandate of being vaccinated. So this is actually to encourage. We are seeing this as a potential for people to be forced to be vaccinated. Kasi we cannot force them. That's a fact. It is a constitutional mandate and they are protected from that to have an option to be vaccinated. But I get the concern of Honorable Suyot because basically they are entertaining customers, and it is very really dangerous if these people who are in this particular industry are unvaccinated. So I will refer this matter, Honorable Suyot, to our city health physicians for us to discuss on how we can target these particular individuals. And thank you for informing me because I did not have that knowledge that some of our vendors are not yet vaccinated. So this is a good information that we can use in order to target this particular sector in our community.
As isa sa follow-up, in fact, the national government just declared that all government employees are mandated to be inoculated. Otherwise, we shall undergo twice a week RT-PCR test. That's to convince the employers or their co-personnel that they are indeed free of the virus.
Yes,
because otherwise, this will just prolong the situation that we are in. So probably that is one way of encouraging the public, those who are not yet vaccinated, to be vaccinated. In fact, it's for their own good and for their family.
Yes, Honorable Suyot, relative to this directive from the President that it will be mandatory for all government employees to be vaccinated, the Mayor's office will start listing all those employees per department who are vaccinated, and from there we will be able to determine those employees who are left unvaccinated, so we can implement this particular directive coming from the President. But rest assured that we are doing our best in order to comply with all these rules and regulations, and of course including the mandate coming from the President.
It's already the herd immunity.
Yeah.
70%, 70.60% ang latest data.
Yeah. With that data, for the information of everyone, we are hoping that by next week or the weeks to come, we would be allowed to already conduct or to give the booster shots to those qualified individuals. Because I think during our meeting before, together with all the City Health doctors and the Public Health and Safety Task Force, we surmised that we have to reach the 70% first before we can roll out the booster shots for our citizens. So hopefully that by this month or early next month, we will be able to do so.
Pwede na lang. In fact, there is another round of vaccination, 15, 16, 17 by the national government. This is simultaneous vaccination nationwide. 15, 16, 17.
Extent.
Tapos ang declare yan, actually na. One qualifies.
Yeah, based on our experience, for the information of everyone, although there is a mandate coming from the national government that is already allowed, the Department of Health will give criterion on how the LGUs can proceed with a particular vaccination, like the first dose, second dose. And like before, nung pasagsagan pa ng COVID natin, we were not able to vaccinate immediately the A3 sector, meaning those persons with comorbidities, because we were not able to target the 50% A2 vaccinated senior citizens. So, like today, we are hoping that because we have already achieved the 70%, there will be no problem with giving the booster shots. And we have enough supply of vaccines.
In fact, our basic one of the vaccination area, one of those LGUs, upad lang ang taga-DOA. Katrina, right after campaign na yan. Hindi na ang booster. Provided you are qualified. Doon lang one. Frontliner na yun, may comorbidity.
Yes.
Kasi rin pakatanan. Priority lahat ng frontliners na may comorbidity.
I think the senior citizens also are
May mga comorbidities yan. Ito, may mga comorbidities.
Okay. Good. Mag-booster shots fine. Any more questions? Are you guys mag-booster?
So, may that activity. We have a big activity in Borongan. There will be basic tours, tourists, we'll be watching the Surf City in Borongan. And we don't want it to be exposed to unnecessary parents brought about by this COVID-19 virus. So, to make sure that we are a safe tourist destination.
As per our protocol, just for the information of the body, this Sunday, all of the competitors will undergo antigen testing. Someone has already sponsored the same. The city government will not shell out money for that. So this is an added safety protocol that we have imposed in order to assure the public that although we are already 70%, that we are not complacent. Yeah. All of our competitors are fully vaccinated.
Yes. Are you done, sir?
Yes, yes.
Attorney, good morning. Does this also include the coaches in the support group of the athletes?
Yes. As long as they are coming from LGUs outside of Region A, we will conduct. I even think that the CESO has also required even those LGUs that are outside Borongan. So just to be fair to those who are coming from different municipalities outside of our region. So if ever that someone tests positive for COVID-19, they will be treated and treated accordingly under the protocol set by the Department of Health.
So, are that? Any questions? Right now? So, again, attorney, one of the concerns ni Honorable Suyot was ating mga vendors was not mask dito ko bye-bye. Siguro mas mabait kung i-remind ng mga kaunira, mga LFX, required tayo na mag-sugot face mask kay pandemic pa. Bangila ka rin nila remind, may fine. So, Reyna, before we excuse our resource speaker. Oh, by the way, attorney, so you were saying kanina 78 percent nakita on vaccinated ba?
At least first dose po.
Ang first dose. Pero ang second dose, may data na data?
If I'm not mistaken, we're already at 40 to 50% for fully vaccinated individuals.
Okay, that's good. So, attorney, thank you. Hani mo pagkanya, hani mo oras.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay, you're excused now.
Thank you.
Very much. Madam Clerk.
Honorable Presiding Officer, since we no longer have other resource speakers to speak before the session, I move that we lift the suspension of our internal rules of procedure so that we can proceed with the session.
Second.
Any questions? So the temporary suspension of our rules is by lifted. Next item, Mr. Student.
We now come to committee report. We have Committee on Public Order and Security regarding resolution authorizing the city mayor to execute the use of truck.
May I remind everyone to please put your cell phone in silent mode. So continue, Mr. Secretary.
To execute the deed of use of property in a related document for the use of first-story building at Barangay A, Baybay Boulevard, in favor of the Philippine National Police Maritime.
And Madam Clerk.
Honorable Bacapa.
Honorable
Thank you, Mr. President Officer. The Joint Committee meeting on Public Utilities and General Services and Disaster Management, Public Order and Safety. Committee report. A request to give authority to the City Mayor to enter into a use of agreement with the Philippine National Police Maritime Group. PNG was referred to this committee last October 22, 2021. The committee held the joint meeting last November 23, 2021 at the SPCC Hall to deliberate on this request. The following were the findings of the meeting. The request is about entering into use of agreement between the city government and the PNP Maritime Group for the use of a two-story building at Baybay Boulevard, Barangay A, this city as their station. The PNP Maritime Group is a government entity under the Philippine National Police, responsible for the enforcement of laws and implementation of security within the territorial waters. It chooses Borongan City as the base of their operations since the city is a most visited place. The focus is on ensuring the implementation of peace, order, and security within the territorial waters of the city of Borongan. Included also in their responsibilities as PNP Maritime Group is to assist in search and rescue operations, for which they were also requesting for the provision of a motorized boat from the city government. However, they also have the general responsibility of responding to any incident within the area. In this case, at Baybay Boulevard, in coordination with the local police, since they will be using the building located at their vicinity, but since they are directly under the supervision of the regional PNP Maritime Group and not under the local police station. In case of responding to various incidents within the area, they will just turn over to the local police the processing of the incidents, since it is the local police who have the responsibility over these teams. Asked about their number, Patrolwoman Binyaranda, they are right now 30 in number. Asked whether their number would affect the police population ratio requirement in the city of Borongan, the same official said that it would not affect it because their focus is on maritime, though they can be asked to provide general support to the implementation of peace and order and security, especially at the Baybay Boulevard area. The presiding officer mentioned that during meetings with the city mayor, the city government is willing to enter into a use of agreement with the PNP Maritime Group. The city administrator, Attorney Celestino Incabato, emphasized that a use of agreement involves only the use of the building and no obligations are expected from the owner, which is the city government. They will be given the use of the building for a maximum of 20 years with the condition that if the city government will already need the building, anytime within the 20-year period, the PNP Maritime Group will have to vacate the property. Sangguniang Panlungsod Melcho Arago mentioned that the PNP Maritime Group will have to find another property to transfer, to which will mean having a new use of track agreement. Patrolman Binyaranda clarified that the request for the motorized boat is a separate matter from the use of track request. However, a space for this motorized boat is also needed since the space of the subject building is limited. She also stated that the provision about the possibility of ending the agreement anytime within the 20-year period can be discussed with their senior officers. Again, SPM Arago emphasized that the use of agreement must clearly include the matters that had been discussed during that committee meeting. And Attorney Cabato said the city mayor must be informed of these matters before the formulation of the resolution. The committee hereby recommends that the city mayor be given the authority to enter use of agreement with the PNP Maritime Group, subject to the suggestions made. That's all. Signed, Honorable Milan Anacta, Honorable GLAIZA Chu, Honorable Rene Ador, Honorable Kurt, Honorable Melcho Arago, Honorable Escoto, Honorable Atty. Byron, yours truly, Chairman of the Committee, Renato Bagakay. That's all, Mr. Presiding Officer. Any questions?
Thank you, Honorable Bagakay. So any questions, comments from the other members? Alright, so the Chair would just like to clarify, Honorable Bagakay, since the Maritime Police will be answering directly to the regional office, So, hindi pa pwede may transfer na hiraman niya. Ang direct autotos, may discuss ba tayo?
Naka-assign kayo si Tira, mga 1 month ago na din. So, ano yan na lapuan? Yun na ito ngayon pag-stay dito po building. Pag-paninyo sa the city government of Borongan.
I mean, ang pagkain niya, kaya additional yung force din niya. Pero ang control na punta, kung pwede harap, may transfer nga ng LGU, di ba? Pag may halat naman devolution, pwede lang.
As mula tanira po, may dalang nera din yung building na mga okupan.
And also, siguro suggestion ko lang, since nahira habaybay, I don't know if the other members are amenable. Kasi ba nahira habaybay, so atin baybay, atin i-promote ng mag-uupay atin baybay, siguro dapat may say, era design, era building, di ba? Kabangin kami na-aakop bahit atin design, maibahira. So mas maupay kung kapalat at atin na use of pracma, a-approval type era design, era building. Para po
Mr. Presiding Officer, siguro ano pala ito na, temporary po na ito rin ang substation nila po na sila yung rin ang gamit.
Yes, I mean, kay
For the meantime.
upay may pera, the future ba?
Actually, what I manifested in the committee report stated was the proposal of the mayor that all government buildings there will be demolished in favor of one big building.
Yes.
So, that will be part of the use of proper training. Na kung yan ay naman pagi, game ang construct one big building for your lot here. Ay makaka-disturb mo nila. Otherwise, siguro, we will try to help them to back it first to another building. And it could go back to the site if ever the building will be completed already. And it is up to the mayor.
So, sa kung tikang input mo there will be the ones who determine the design of the building. But if it is coming from the funds of the PNP, I think they have a standard design. May meron mga standard design. Kaya kung natin yan, hindi na pag-iiwit ang design. Natin yan po.
Alright, sige. So, any questions, suggestions, comments for now? So, wala.
Mr. Presiding Officer, I move for the adoption of this resolution.
Second.
Objections? None? So, the motion of Honorable Bagakay is hereby approved.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move that we include the proposed resolution under our new business, under proposed resolution to adopt recommendation of Honorable Borongan.
And second? Any objections? None? Motion is approved. Next item, Mr. Kathlyn.
On to the new business, the proposed ordinances. First, proposed ordinance institutionalizing the implementation of Bamboo Development Project for Borongan City and providing funds thereof.
Madam President.
Honorable Presiding Officer, this is actually a very good initiative from the Honorable Zen Daza, the Chairman of the Committee on Environment. I move that we refer the matter to the Committee of Honorable Daza for further discussions on the matter.
And second?
Seconded.
Any objections? None? So refer to the Committee on Environment. Next item, Mr. Kathlyn.
Proposed ordinance utilizing the savings derived from aggregated compensation and related personal services costs pertaining to salary savings from Office of Noble Fleet for the month of November 2021 amounting to 27,877 for legislative services.
Madam President.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move that we include the matter under our new business for second reading.
Seconded.
Second, any objections? None? Motion is approved. Next item, Mr. Kathlyn.
Appropriation ordinance in the amount of 411,558 pesos for legislative services Office of the Vice Mayor.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move that we include the matter under our business for the day for second reading.
Second, any objections? None? Motion is approved. Next item, Mr. Kathlyn.
Appropriation ordinance appropriating the amount of 27,000 pesos, 27,877 pesos from the Office of SPM Limbauan for grants and donations.
Madam President.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move that we include the matter under our business for the day for second reading.
Second, any objections? None? Motion is approved. Next item, Mr. Kathlyn.
Proposed ordinance revising the list of medicines covered in Section 7 of City Ordinance 153 or pre-medicine ordinance of 2022.
Madam President.
Honorable Presiding Officer, this is again an initiative by, this is a very good amendment as it will include more medicines. I move that we refer the matter to the Committee of Honorable Anacta under the Committee on Health for further discussions on the matter.
Any objections? None? So refer to the Committee of Honorable Anacta, Sadac. Next item, Mr. Kathlyn.
Now on to proposed resolutions. We have a resolution adopting the suggestions of the Committee on Public Order and Safety regarding the use of product agreement between the city government and the Philippine National Police and Crime.
Honorable Presiding Officer, as discussed during the committee report of Honorable Banglakan, this will be beneficial to the city and without any disadvantages as it will only entail use of truck or only the use of our proposed building. And as stated by the Honorable Presiding Officer, our Vice Mayor, this will be beneficial to us as an additional law enforcement agency present in Borongan City. I therefore move that we pass and approve this resolution adopting the recommendation of the Committee on Peace and Order, chaired by Honorable Banglakan, regarding the use of truck with the Trinity Maritime Group.
Seconded. Objections? None? So the motion of Honorable Cainday is hereby approved. The next item, Mr. Kathlyn.
Resolution authorizing the city mayor to open an account with the Land Bank of the Philippines, which will serve as settlement account for link the BIS portal and Land Bank POS credit intended for HCI Limbauan.
Honorable Presiding Officer, this agenda is, I think, a regular agenda that we go through every year, and this will be beneficial to the employees. I therefore move that we pass and approve this resolution authorizing the city mayor to open an account with Land Bank to serve as settlement account for linked BIS portal and Land Bank POS debit credit intended for HCI claims payment.
Second. Any objections? None? Motion is approved. Next item, Mr. Kathlyn.
Resolution authorizing the city mayor regarding the granting of a special permit for the landfill.
Thank you. Madam President.
Honorable Presiding Officer, since this will, there are no other attachments to this agenda, I move that we refer the matter to the Committee on Environment, chaired by Honorable Daza, for further committee meetings and discussions on the matter.
Any second?
Seconded.
Any objections? None, so refer to the Committee on Environment for further study. Next item, Mr. Chairman.
Proposed resolution adopting the integrated coastal management plan.
Madam Coordinator.
Honorable Presiding Officer, this again concerns the environment of Borongan City. I therefore move that we refer the matter to the Committee on Environment, chaired by Honorable Daza, for further discussions. And I would like to request our Secretary to call upon resource speakers to speak before this session, next session, once the committee meetings are done, between one to the Sangguniang.
Second. Objections? None, so refer to the Committee on Environment. Next item, Mr.
Proposed resolution realigning the 1.3 million pesos savings from different order.
Madam Coordinator.
Honorable Presiding Officer, this is only a realignment of the savings under our tax plan. I therefore move that we pass and approve this resolution, adopting the resolution of the CPOC or Sadac, realigning the amount of 1,330,000 pesos for the local social integration program, BJMP perimeter fence and maintenance and rehabilitation of fire trucks of the Borongan Bureau of Fire Protection.
Seconded.
Objections? None, motion approved. Next item, Mr. Chairman.
Resolution promulgating the implementing rules and regulation of the State Ordinance number 209, Sense of 2021 regarding the Tricycle Ordinance of 2021.
Madam Coordinator.
Actually, is in support of our newly approved franchising ordinance of 2021, which is ready for implementation already. This resolution is just to promulgate and implementing rules and regulations of this franchising ordinance. So, I intend to extend our franchising ordinance before we implement it. With these implementing rules and regulations. So, I submit this for consideration to be
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Before us is resolution promulgating the implementing rules and regulations. I would like to remind my colleagues that we already approved the ordinance on this matter. And since it's already for its implementation phase, it should now be the body that is tasked to implement the same that should promulgate the rules and regulations. So I suggest that we should be reminded to the board created under the ordinance that should be the ones to craft and sign the implementing rules and regulations. Because the ordinance by itself, tapos na ang trabaho natin dito sa Sangguniang. Unless we will amend again the ordinance. Yung pag-implementing rules, doon na sa implementing agency, the implementing body which has been included and created under the same ordinance.
That's a good point. I should ask you.
Mr. Chair, that is the case. I'm very much ready to have this back to our tricycle franchising and licensing board created by our ordinance. Actually, we will be having a meeting this coming Monday. And for the information of the body, 8 agencies will be taking this. There are 8 members from the Borongan Tricycle Franchising and Licensing Board. This is a new board created by the Sangguniang Panlungsod just for franchising. And the composition of the board is the chairman of the Committee on Transportation as chairman, members, the chairman, Committee on Finance, the Committee on Barangay Affairs, the TUNA, Federated President, the Chief of the Tricycle Franchising and Licensing Regulatory Unit, the Chief Traffic Management Office, the Manager of the Borongan City Transport Terminal, and the BPO. So, that's the suggestion of Borongan City. If the other members are okay, I have to get this back to the the board itself. And maybe if we come up with this approach, we will be with this approach for IRA, I have to file again with the Sangguniang Panlungsod for action.
Yes.
After we have approved it.
If the implementing rules and regulations is just a production of the ordinance, then okay na yun.
No need to know if yeah, actually, it's even mapagpahayaan mo ni party so that we can implement this already.
Okay,
kasi pinawa na talaga itong buwan ng mga tricycles.
As implementing existing legal na yan.
Yes.
Kung napag-implement ng board, ay ka mali para magkakaroon.
In fact, this implementing rules and regulations is almost 100% the same provision with our ordinance.
So I think, Honorable Arago, you don't need that IRR. Kasi the ordinance itself is the law, so no need na. And I think also if you want to promulgate some laws, hindi naman kailangan ng resolution ng Sangguniang. So I guess, upon me process. Session. So, I don't know, the Honorable Arago is...
That is the case, Mr. Chair, it will be easier for us now.
Yes.
The ordinance.
As long as you have promulgated it already. Okay, so next item, Mr. Secretary.
Next item, review of 2022 barangay annual budget of barangay Escoto and Abong and City Poblacion.
Madam Clerk.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move that we refer the matter to the Committee on Finance, chaired by yours truly for further discussions of the matter.
Second. Objection. Thanks. Or further. Committee on Finance. Next item.
Now move on for business of the day, for second reading of the following ordinances. The appropriation ordinance of Honorable T amounting to 27,857 for legislative services for second reading.
Madam Clerk.
Honorable Presiding Officer, this appropriation ordinance comes with a certification from our City Budget Officer of the availability of the fund amounting to 27,877, and therefore move that we pass and approve this appropriation ordinance on second reading.
Second.
Objections? None. So motion is approved. On second reading.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move that we include the appropriation ordinance under our business for the day for third reading.
Objections? None. Motion is approved. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Second reading is appropriation ordinance amounting to 411,558 pesos for legislative services office of the Vice Mayor.
Madam Clerk.
Honorable Presiding Officer, this again has a certification from our City Budget Office of the availability of the fund, and therefore move that we pass and approve this appropriation ordinance on second reading.
Second.
Objections? None. So motion is approved. Next item,
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move that we include the appropriation ordinance under our business for the day for third reading.
Objections? None. Motion is approved. Next item, Mr.
Appropriation ordinance in the amount of 27,877 for grants and donation office of Honorable Limbauan.
Madam Clerk.
Honorable Presiding Officer, this is again certified by City Budget Officer that the fund is indeed available for reversion, and therefore move that we pass and approve this appropriation ordinance on second reading.
Second the motion.
Any objections? None. So the appropriation ordinance is approved on second reading. Next item. Madam Clerk.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move that we include the appropriation ordinance under our business for the day for third reading.
Second.
Objections? None. Motion is approved. Next item.
Ordinances for third reading are the following. An ordinance appropriating the amount of 27,877 for legislative services office of Honorable State. An ordinance appropriating the amount of 411,558 for legislative services office of the Honorable Vice Mayor. Appropriation ordinance in the amount of 27,877 pesos programs and donations office of Honorable Limbauan. That's all for third reading. And we move on to announcements.
Announcements. Any announcements from the members? Honorable Limbauan.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer. This is just an update regarding the query of Honorable Arago about not pay out of our monthly monetary allowance to our senior citizens. I just had a conversation with Ma'am Bridget Luna, and she told me that they're on the process of completing all the documents. So, nagpatapos po yan before December 25, makakarawat daw po ito natin senior citizens sa nila monthly monetary allowance. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. More announcements? Announcements also? More,
Announcement, papasok ko.
okay, I would like also to announce.
Okay, it's our Christmas.
Mamaya lang na ng mayo. Also, itato na Surf City, which is a national event na gino-host itato na city, in Borongan. Mag-start kita yan on Monday.
Are we invited?
Yes, of course. We are all invited.
May program na rin.
May igahatag ng invitation, siguro later na. Itato na tourism officer. Opening will be on December 6 at 11 a.m. Ito, bye-bye. So, kung hindi available, or I suggest na matukot-takataran, kaya ito na yung event.
May tapat ba? May tapat.
May tayo uniform. Hatag na ako. So, hopefully, natanang ka mag-attend kay full-time na. And also, sa closing will be on December 12 at 6 p.m. Ito maawa bye-bye. And also, siguro stay lang kita yung kamunan tato na session pag-restorehan ka sa Christmas party. Sige, so excited, Mr.
Adjournment.
Adjournment.
Honorable Presiding Officer, I move for the adjournment of our 113th regular session.
Objections? Now, our 113